Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to be talking all about how to transform your life in 90 days. Let's just be honest with ourselves. There are 4 months until the end of 2024. With that being said, why don't we set ourselves up for success right now so we can actually start a new year, new me? Enough waiting for the new year to actually come for us to transform our lives and enable us to literally be the best version of ourselves. When it comes to transforming your life, there are 2 main things you have to keep in mind: consistency and discipline. And we're going to talk all about these 2 things throughout this entire video by breaking it down to ensure that we understand how to set ourselves up for success. So no more waiting, okay? I got you. As usual, this video will be broken down into various video chapters for your ease and convenience. Grab a cute drink, a pencil and a paper, and let's get right into the video. Chapter number 1, the timeline. Give up the whole idea of waiting for a perfect time to start something. No, we are not doing that. If you needed a pep talk to get you to stop procrastinating, this is the one for you. Guys, there is no such thing as a perfect time. We actually create our own perfect times. And today, or tomorrow, or literally 2 days from now, can be a perfect time for you. Understand the circumstances that you're in your life and what's just kind of happening around you. Now look, we're humans. We go through a lot of different things, and I can understand that sometimes are actually better than other times. Let's say right now you're cramming for an exam. Well, maybe it's not the time to really start your 90-day transformation when you have something so high priority coming up very soon. So instead of doing that, maybe go through your exam, finish that, de-stress yourself, and then start in a week when it comes to prioritizing your 90-day plan. Set yourself up for success. If you're starting the school year, this is an amazing time to start this 90-day plan right now so you can jump into the school year with that new mindset. One huge disclaimer is don't forget to be super honest with yourself in terms of if something is a circumstance or something is just laziness and procrastination. A circumstance would be that high pressure exam. Procrastination and laziness would be, I'll just wait for the new year to do that. There's a difference between these 2 things, and we need to be so clear with ourselves when it comes to that. Understand that the sooner that you start with your 90-day transformation plan, the faster you're going to get into these new amazing habits and live your absolute best life. So we want to ensure that we're setting ourselves up for success and setting aside time to actually do this. So if you've been sitting and you've been thinking that your life needs a revamp, a transformation, maybe you went through a breakup, maybe you're just going through a phase in your life and this video popped up on your feed, guys, it might be a sign from the universe. Maybe it's time for you to transform your life and make your life more fulfilling for you and bring you more happiness and peace and love. Understand that you are in control of your life. Nobody else holds the wheel except for you. So if you want to make a change in your life starting today, you can do that. If you want to allow yourself to live a more fulfilled and better life based on what you believe that to be, you can do that. Nobody can hold you back from achieving your highest power. Nobody can hold you back from achieving the goals you want for yourself. And as the famous saying goes, that dream was planted in your head for a reason. I am a firm believer of this. When something pops up in your head, or like you're going through this experience and you're like, you know what, I actually want to try this out, or I want to try that out, or I want to remove these friends and I want to cultivate this relationship, guys, affirm it. Listen to those beliefs, listen to those things, give them a little bit of attention and assess to see if that's actually what you want. And we're going to go through that in the next chapter. And this video is going to help you transform your lifestyle when it comes to micro goals to enable you to become that future version of yourself. So girl, get that agenda out and write down when you want to start this. Chapter number 2, what do you want your transformation to actually look like? So in this chapter, we're going to break it down using the wheel of life. And for those of you that haven't used the wheel of life before, basically it's just a wheel that puts our lives into different categories. And this is going to help us assess those categories and see what we actually want to improve, and thus put together micro habits, micro routines, etc. to allow us to actually become that best version of ourselves. It really allows us to just be so clear with what we're looking for. Because guys, remember what we always say, the more clear on where you actually want to go, the better you're going to be able to actually achieve that, because the path doesn't have like thorns and like leaves all over the floor, because you've paved that path. You've gone through, you've broomed it, you've made it all clean, and now you're able to walk and you're tackling little leaves, little obstacles, and little things that fall. That is much easier than tackling like a whole head of leaves, right? So what we're trying to do right now is set ourselves up for success. Set ourselves up to understand understand what we want our lives to look like. Okay, so we're gonna break it down in terms of these categories right here. Number one being physical health. Now here, what I want you to do is really assess how your physical health is. Are you a person that gets enough movement every day? Do you take your vitamins? Do you frequently go visit the doctor to get your checkups in? Are you a person that gets good sleep? Now guys, remember, we're looking at the very micro habits in our everyday lives, right? This is how we're gonna do our 90-day transformation. Because at the end of the day, what really transforms you as a person are the small things in your everyday life. It's not necessarily the very large things. The small things will actually help you and motivate you to achieve the big things. But we need to establish that kind of solid ground to begin with. Number two, career and school. So here what you need to do, again, going back to micro, you need to assess what you could be doing better at work or in school. An example for work could be, I want to take more notes during meetings. It could be as easy as I want to arrive to meetings just 2 minutes earlier than usual. And for school, it could be, I want to use cue cards when it comes to studying for exams. Or it could be as simple as, I want to have a very good breakfast at my campus before I go to class to ensure that I'm on track and my brain is functioning. It could be as simple as, I'm going to allot 30 minutes every single day to study for my French class. Guys, it's the micro things that will make all the difference. Number three, family and friends. Maybe you have a pet you want to hang out just a little bit more. Maybe you want to go out with your family and just have a little bit more family time. Think about the things that you could improve with your friends and family. This might be, I want to make sure I go out with my friends at least twice a month. I want to prioritize having phone calls with my girlfriends at least twice a week. Think about the things that you want to put into your schedule that will allow you to become the person you want to become. It could even be boundaries. It could be, I'm not going to allow people to speak to me in a certain way that I don't feel comfortable with. Or I'm going to limit partying to only twice a month instead of 4 times a month. Number four, romantic relationships. Maybe you're going through it right now and you're kind of realizing that you need to start a self-love journey. You need to ditch the men and focus on you and focus on the things that matter to you. And that might be a thing. Maybe deleting the dating apps. Learning to love yourself and take yourself on solo dates. Think about the things in your romantic life that you want to change right now. Maybe it's cultivating a beautiful relationship with your partner. Maybe it's hanging out with your partner less frequently. Instead of seeing each other 3 times a week, limit that down to once or twice. Just something that works for the both of you. Or it might even be that you want to check out new food spots or new cool places with your partner. That's totally okay. Number 5, personal growth. And now this is like my favorite category, guys. Okay, so what you want to do here is literally think about what you need to put into your life when it comes to personal growth. Now, this could be podcasts. What podcasts do you want to listen to? Maybe you're like, hey, I want to listen to Diary of a CEO a little bit more, or The Millennial Mind, or maybe a Jay Shetty podcast. Think about the podcasts that you want to listen to. Then think about the books that you want to read. Maybe there are certain books that you've had on your book list, but you haven't gone out and actually purchased them. Think about disciplines you want to have in your life. Maybe you want phone-free nights that start at 9 p.m. and you don't want to be on your phone past 9 p.m. That's totally cool. Have an idea of what it is you want to do when it comes to your personal growth. And I want to reiterate this one more time for you guys. These are micro goals, guys. Micro, very small. And when you look at them from like a grand perspective, like they don't seem to be that much, right? Like making your bed in the morning for cleanliness. It doesn't seem like it's actually that much. But at the end of the day, by you doing that, again, like we spoke about with consistency and discipline, you will see a transformation in your life. Let me reassure you, I tested this out last year. I tried it. I was like, you know what? One small micro goal that I have for myself is to start making my bed in the morning. And so I did that consistently for 90 days. And guys, it transformed my life. It made my mood so much happier. I was able to go about and achieve my goals and just feel so much more light as a person. I felt like my mood was nicer. Getting out of bed was like a fun thing all of a sudden. Like I was able to get up and make my bed and flatten it out and make the sheets all cute and pretty. And it literally was such a transformation when it came to my life. And it's such a small little thing. Like it's something that you wouldn't even think in your mind was like such a big deal, but it actually is. And you know what? This is the whole point of it. And yes, for those of you that have read the book Atomic Habits, that is basically what he talks about. And this is what we're talking about in this video for your transformation of 90 days. Chapter number 3, assessing your starting point. So as usual, guys, what we need to do now is we have an idea of what the future is going to look like, but let's assess where we are right now to see what we need to do and clear up and basically, like I said, clear that path to ensure we're achieving these goals at the end of the day. What you want to do now is you want to look at each of these categories and you want to assess what is going to stop you from achieving these little micro goals. Let's think about it. If you've said that you want to be an organized person, you want everything to be clean and organized, but you hoard clothes, maybe it's time to like sit with yourself, look at all your clothes, Marie Kondo style, and decide what you want to keep and what you want to donate. If you're a person that's written that you want to stop using your phone after 9 p.m., well, we need to consider what things are on your phone that are keeping you up past 9 p.m. If there are apps that you shouldn't be using, maybe games that you like to play on your phone. It might even be turning your notifications off. Think about ways that you can actually help yourself be successful in your micro goal. Another thing I like to consider when it comes to assessing the starting point is determining what resources you can use that are actually going to help you achieve your goals. Now, figure out what works for you because it's going to be different for every single person. Personally, for me, I use my agenda to help me be able to actually allocate my time to my goals and these micro goals that I put together for myself. And it's as simple as just allotting 15 minutes every single morning to sitting down with myself and being like, hey, Ash, what is it that you need to get done today that you can actually put together in a clear schedule that lets you achieve those goals? And it's so easy sometimes when we just sit with ourselves and be clear on what it is we want to achieve every day. Listen, guys, every day is a new experience. It's a new day. Seize the opportunity, seize the day that you've been given to ensure that you're actually moving forward with your life, that you're achieving your goals. Ditch the friends that criticize you, ditch the partner that drains your energy, ditch anything that isn't aligned with where you want to go. Because guys, I'm going to tell you something, huge disclaimer here, protect your energy. When you're going through this 90-day transformation, one of the biggest things you need to do is get super clear with yourself on who is right for you and who isn't, what habits are good for you and what is not, and be so honest with yourself when it comes to your lifestyle, where you want to go, and how the stage you're at right now is going to impact the future version of you. Like I always say, whenever you're going through something, ask yourself, what would the best version of me do? If the best version of you would get out of bed instead of sleeping for an extra 30 minutes, you have to do that too. And guys, with consistency and discipline, you'll see your life transform in such a beautiful way that you'll become so unrecognizable. At the end of the 90 days, you're going to be like, wait, hold on. Like, who was I before and who am I now? And how beautiful that transformation is. And guys, let me tell you why the 90 days is actually super effective. So we know that it takes about 21 days to develop a habit. But using the 90-day plan, what this basically does is it gives you enough time to, one, try things, fail at things, because remember, we have to fail to succeed sometimes. There are going to be days where you're not going to make your bed. But you know what? Get up and do it tomorrow. Break your pattern. Whenever you fall short of what your goal is, the next day you need to get up and do it, guys. Because if you don't, you're going to get in a rut and then you're just going to give up on it. But the more consistent and disciplined you are with things and you allow yourself to kind of go through this process without really like rushing it and being harsh on yourself, understand that some days you're not going to feel like doing things, and that's okay. You're a human being. But be honest and disciplined and consistent with yourself to the best of your ability, because what's going to happen is as you continue to do things, you're going to see that you're actually improving. Within 90 days, you'll see results and improvements within yourself, and that will be a motivating factor for you. Willpower is not sufficient when it comes to achieving your goals. It's not sufficient to rely on that first week, hype that we have about it. We're like, hey, we're going to do this 90-day thing and like, it's going to be amazing. No, if you rely on that willpower, it's not going to work. After the first week or 2 weeks, you're going to be like exhausted. You're going to be like, what was the reason I was even doing this? So what we want to do is actually allow yourself to have enough time and have enough consistency in your schedule to allow you to see results. And guys, you'll be your own super fan. You'll motivate yourself to like continue to do these things. And something else I really want to point out here is surround yourself with the right things, okay? If you need to listen to podcasts to help you be motivated to do things, do that. Listen to podcasts on your drive to work, or maybe like when you're at the gym, like play a podcast for the hour and just listen to it. Motivate yourself, do self-love affirmations, do meditation, have some like self-talk with yourself, and really ensure that you're setting yourself up for success, because guys, at the end of the day, it is a mindset. It is a mindset that's going to drive you to become the best version of yourself. So listen to it, embrace it, understand that you got this. You can totally do this. All right, so that's all for our video today on how to transform your life in 90 days, because we're trying to get a head start before the new year. I hope this video was helpful when it comes to navigating your way through a transformation that will really be beneficial for you in your life. I believe in you, I know you can do it, and I'll see you next time.